Hey, welcome to Bob's Pokemart YouTube live stream.
Hi, I'm DVB,
And I'm Bob.
and today we got a pretty interesting show. A lot of this happened at the last minute. We were, talking about a news story last week with PSA, and now we got even more news about them.
PSA, there's a printing press opening up in North Carolina. A lot of good stuff going on with Pokemon, I think.
Yep, we also got this week's Acquisition, where you're going to have a chance to win some cards if you just answer a question in the chat.
Yeah, don't forget to enter. Last week we opened up a few good cards, but we have a Dugong illustration, and we're going to be announcing the winner tonight after we do right before we do our next pack battle.
That's right. We have a pack battle this week. It's going to be
Mega Evolution. We're gonna, we'll also, go over the stuff for our whatnot stream, the hits, all the different items you could possibly get. We'll give you, as you can see in the little corner, you can see our prize wall already. It's pretty impressive.
That's right. Right after we're done here, we're going to go live on Whatnot, where you're going to have a chance to win all those prizes. And if you sign up with our referral link, you're going to get $15 credit on your first purchase.
$15 free credit. All you got to do is just spin the wheel for free, and you're going to be entered for our buyer's giveaway tonight, too.
That's right.
Which is very impressive. It is.
Bring it over here. You want that?
Yeah, let's get it.
Where is that guy?
For those who like little prismatic evolution, there was this product once upon a time.
We're on this
called the Super Premium Collection. Buyer's giveaway. We're giving it away at the end of the Whatnot stream. All you do is spin the wheel at least once, and you're entered to win it. This is over $200.
That's right. I don't know how to hold it up right, but it's beautiful.
Comes with a bunch of packs, play mat, EV deck box. It's just, it's a beautiful item. Right. Perfect for under the Christmas tree, although...
You got Stellar Eevee right on the front here. Terrestrialized Eevee.
Yeah. It's, as I said, the price did drop. It was a $350 item, but it's still over $200, and you can get it for just $5.
Yeah, it's pretty bulky. It's bigger than it looks on camera, I promise.
So once again, make sure you use our referral link to get the $15 free credit.
Yeah, you can scan the QR code right on your screen there with your phone's camera. We'll leave it up for a second so you have a chance. But yeah, all you got to do, join with our code, $15 credit. So with $5 spins, that's 3 spins on our wheel.
So, the Poke Scoop.
Well, we already talked a little bit about it, but we got PSA in the news again. We didn't get a chance to really talk about last week's news, though, so if you could sum up what happened last time we were talking about PSA, why don't you just give people a little summary?
So there was a little bit of a scandal with PSA where somebody had submitted a bunch of cards to be graded. They accepted PSA's cash offer for all their grade 9s, and then they tracked those serial numbers and found that PSA was selling them as grade 10s now.
Yeah, so a little bit of issues with a company that's doing your grading also being able to buy and sell the cards from you. It creates that conflict of interest. Now, I have heard people tell different versions of that story that aren't as scandalous, but I don't know who to believe. But that's what was going around in the news. That's what happened.
In general, when they partnered with eBay, I foresaw some issues right there to begin with. That they're going to be able to list stuff on eBay, that they're basically controlling the market value of the cards. And they're the ones selling them now.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want that type of thing going on, especially when you know that the grades are subjective. Like, we see it all the time where people crack, a slab to send it back in for grading. Like, the fact that that's even an option makes it like an issue with the conflict of interest.
I think if PSA wants to maintain their reputation, they're going to have to go into computer AI grading. Tag does it, and it's you get very detailed reports on what exactly is wrong with your card. PSA, you just get a number, and you have to deal with it.
Yeah, well, what they're in the news for this week may change a couple of things, because what the announcement was that the parent company of the PSA, Collectors Universe, is purchasing Beckett, the main competitor to PSA. Beckett obviously is not as big in the Pokemon world, but you still have people who will send their perfect, to get the black label, their perfect cards, to get that perfect, beautiful label on there. So it's still something that people are sending their cards to.
There is the infamous story, Logan Paul cracking the PSA 10 Shadowless Charizard to send it to Beckett and getting the black label, which is now worth more because there's less of them in the world. You're going to find most Pokemon cards, there's a large percentage of PSA 10s of them already in existence, and you will find very few Beckett pristine black labels.
Yeah.
So sometimes your PSA 10, it could have been worth more if you sent it to Beckett.
So now we have PSA going to be in charge of the black label. Now they said in their news that they were not going to change anything about, but this is always what they start with. They start with nothing's going to change. Beckett's still going to do its grading their way. PSA is still going to do its grading their way. And then after a couple of months, something may change. But I think one of the things that is important to look at is when you have competitors like Tag that are doing their dig report, where they're telling you all the issues with your cards and they're sending you a detailed list where you know if you send that card back to them, you're probably going to get the exact same grade. Now you have an opportunity that PSA had during the pandemic when their sales went through the roof. And what did they have to do with their money? Nothing. They could have innovated. They could have done similar things with AI grading or making things more objective. But they didn't do that. And I think that's where one of the problems came in. Like, instead of actually improving their processes, they used their money to do all these deals with eBay, with GameStop, and instead of really improving their business, all they did was try to branch out and find more places to get cash from.
Which, I mean, that's big business for you. I mean, think about it. Blockbuster refused to get into the streaming market because they were spending their money elsewhere, and look what happened to them.
Yeah.
If I was one of these other companies, Tag, CGC, I would be putting every dollar I have into an ad campaign pointing out how shady this could go with PSA and Beckett, just to get that image out of your head. PSA is that gold standard. That's still how it is for most people. And I have to say, I have very little respect for them. I sent them cards that I could not find a flaw in. They came back 9s, and there's no reason. I don't know why they came back 9s. The centering was great. They don't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, I believe they do have a way you can pay them even more money for the report, but we're already spending so much and waiting 6 months. It's just ridiculous to give them more money.
That's one of the issues. They're the most expensive place to get your cards graded. Mm-hmm. They don't have a standardized process, whereas like Beckett, you send cards, you get a standardized price for everything, mm-hmm. and then their customer service I've heard is really good. I've heard people who complain will get results, will get answers from them. Like, for instance, in that news story, the guy that sent his cards off to PSA, he contacted PSA, and they responded to him pretty quickly. Like, they do have a good customer service team for a large company.
To their credit, I can vouch to that myself. I had sent in 2 Charizard 151s, and the turnaround time was just so ridiculous that I emailed them and asked them, can I pay after I've already submitted? Can I pay to increase my time? And one of them I was still able to. It wasn't far enough in the process. And they were great. They were very responsive. I mean, and even like I didn't respond to them within a day, and I got a follow-up email saying, "Hey, are you still interested in this?" Customer service does not do that anywhere, by the way.
Yeah. But I do think that when they missed on these opportunities to make their business better, mm-hmm. and decided to use their money, a certain way, and they just become this hoarding, big reserves of cash. Then they just decide, okay, we're going to buy one of our competitors. Now, they've decided they're going to buy Beckett. Is the FTC going to be okay with that? They're going to be pretty close to being a monopoly in the market.
It's close enough. I mean, obviously, they're going to have to, there's going to have to be a legal standing for it because there are a lot of other companies that do have respect, especially in UK. There are even more companies that we don't really know here in the U.S. too well, and I've seen a lot of vendors. They're like, "Oh, I only deal with."
I think one of them's Ace. I believe that's one of the UK ones, if I remember correctly.
So depending on where you are, I mean, PSA might not be king everywhere, but in the U.S. it still is.
Yeah. Now I'm hoping that changes. Maybe this is a wake-up call for a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people say, "I'm not sending any cards to PSA until this all gets resolved and we figure out what they're going to be doing going forward." But is that going to change anything? Like if they have 50% of the market share right now in the Pokemon world and they buy Beckett and now they're up to 75% of the market share, is that going to give them any reason to do anything differently? Or are they going to be more likely to just keep doing the same thing that they've been doing,
Absolutely. I mean, listen, when you're making that much money,
yeah.
and you're the king, because that's another thing is when your card comes back at 10, they upcharge you for it.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, the difference with Beckett, where Beckett had standardized pricing. And I'll say this, like when companies have a lot of cash and they don't innovate, the only things they can really do with their money is vertically integrate, which there's really nothing for them to buy unless they're going to buy the post office, or you're going to start making PSA branded envelopes, or downstream where they're buying cards from people instead of the middlemen, instead of other people in the market, like GameStop, PSA is offering. So like the integration, they've done all they can. So all they're going to be doing with their money now is just buying competitors and probably creating a worse product.
Mm.
And the only thing that their competitors can do is have a better product. So I'm hoping maybe having competitors that have better products will make them do something a little bit better than they've been doing.
I mean, that's this capitalism. Get on it. Start putting out more competition for PSA. Don't let them bully us around, because I'm tired of it. I have so many problems with them. My Charizard should have been grade 10s, but they're not. I have
Not to
two grade
mention,
9s.
we had talked about this a little while ago. The new slabs being easy for people to get into and get the cards out.
The new slabs, you can bend them and get your cards out. They are not that secure anymore.
Yeah, so that's another thing. I didn't even think about that until just now. You got a company who's grading subjectively, who's putting your cards into a slab that somebody can, take the card out of and send it and get another empty 10 slab to throw whatever card they want in there. And then also not giving you a reason why your card is not a 10. Like I don't like the whole thing.
It's disgusting. So moving along, another big news story happened this week. Millennium Print Group purchased a 1.3 million square foot facility in North Carolina. What does this mean?
Well, I've heard a lot of people saying, over the last 6, 8, 12 months, as the Pokemon market has sort of just boomed, that Pokemon can't print more. So you don't have to worry about your cards being devalued or cards sitting on shelves and everything that you've bought going down in price because the market's flooded with them. Well, now guess what? There's an opportunity for them to print way more than they've been printed.
So this is where you have to kind of play, you teeter-totter. When it comes to Pokemon cards, I immediately rule out trading card game players because I don't think they're affecting the market as much as other people. So your main people are scalpers and collectors. Scalpers being the biggest problem, where obviously they want everything to remain sky high. They want to buy it when it comes out, sell it at its peak, and then just hoard up enough money so that they have money to invest into the next set, which is going to be high when it comes out. General rule is always, if you have time, wait. The price will come down. Phantasmal Flames has plummeted in the last month. Mega plummeted because now we're already looking at Ascended Heroes. So, what does that mean if you're going to print a lot more? It means the collectors might actually be able to get their hands on them.
That's the thing. I will say, we've seen some of the cards in these sets are tournament playable cards that are hitting the high price, but the top cards are just the special illustration cards that people want to put in their binders. But at the end of the day, when you have more access to printing and you can put more cards out there, it's just going to be like the scalpers already started moving into other games. It's just going to be another reason for them to get out. Now, maybe that's good for people. We've heard stories recently where people walk into Walmart and there's product on the shelf. Maybe it's not everything, but you can pick up a pack of booster cards in a lot of Walmarts now. You can walk in and you can just, any time of day, find a pack of cards on the shelf. Now, granted, whenever I used to walk into Walmart in the past, most of the packs had been opened by kids and thrown around, so I don't know if you're actually going to be able to find that in the New Jersey area. But across the country, the fact that kids can now get their hands on Pokemon is definitely better for the game, and it's probably better for the future of the card game, because right now, the people who have the cards are 40 and 50-year-old men that are just hoarding them and leaving them in their closet. Like, what kids are going to know what Pokemon are in 10 years?
That's not me, though.
No, I didn't say that.
Also, an unforeseen event, when GameStop increased their prices, I noticed something that. So I'll give you an example. With booster bundles, the general price was around $27, $28, something like that. So let's say 30 for argument's sake. GameStop raised their price up to 42. What people used to do, the scalpers used to buy at 27, 28 and sell for 50. Now they can't sell for more than 42 because GameStop always has them in stock at 42.
Yeah.
So now the scalpers are seeing smaller margins in Pokemon because all the GameStops are overloaded with product. Now me, I say to myself, if I just want to go buy a booster bundle, my options, because in my town, the scalpers are so organized, you can't get it from anywhere except GameStop. So my options are, I do a back alley deal with some guy I don't know who may have resealed the product for $42, or I go into GameStop and buy a pack that I know came fresh out of a box, out of a case, and is going to be handed to me. It's factory sealed. So guess what? Now the scalpers are losing margins. A lot of them are moving into One Piece, is what I've heard. A lot of these guys were sneakerheads who went into Pokemon when they saw the profits. Move on, people. Move on, scalpers. Let the Pokemon collectors get their shiny cards that they want. Let the people play their game. Unfortunately, One Piece fans, I'm sorry, they're coming. They're coming your way.
Well, from what I've heard, One Piece is going to have a lot of trouble with that because the way their cards are is they're not like a lot of the special promos and everything are not printed to demand. They're one and dones. A lot of the cards are one, they come out and then that's it. So unless, the One Piece, I don't know who the manufacturers are, decide to change the way that they're going to be producing their cards, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for people to get their hands on them. And now I have heard that because the cards grade well, it's easy to get a really nice, pretty version of whatever card you want without having to worry about like it being sent off to a grading company. There's a lot less PSA 10 or Black Label BGS. It's just cards sitting in people's binders ready to go.
I can speak to the quality of the One Piece cards. I had cards from OP2, the second set that ever came out, Japanese, and I just had them in a box because I don't play the game. I got them from a friend, and the other day I dug them out. They've been in a box for years now. There's no curling on them. The foils were all flat and even. The cards didn't even really get dinged up. I mean, as I said, they've just been tossed around in a box with a whole bunch of other stuff. And I gave them to a friend who said he was collecting One Piece, and I was like, I don't know if they're worth anything. I doubt it. Because the special ones are pretty noticeable. They do big, full arts. But I was like, you can have them all. And I was looking at them. I was like, they're all in great condition. You do that with Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, any others, you're gonna have canoes. I mean, obviously the cards are in my house, but it gets cold sometimes. Temperature changes. These cards curl almost every card game, but the One Piece, I didn't see any problems with them for years.
Yeah. Well, we could talk about that all day, but we got a lot of stuff to get to.
So, the Market Watch. We're just going to run through the stuff you're going to see on our prize wall today, in case you don't know. So you got the ETB. Everybody knows ETB.
Well, first, tell them where we're going to be.
We're going to be live on Whatnot tonight, starting at 7 p.m., which is in about 11 minutes.
We're running out of time.
we're going to have to speed run this real quick.
So ETBs, the big ones.
The big ones. You can get the Mega Latias EX boxes. We got 4 of them on the prize wall. You get 4 packs and 2 promos. One of them is an oversized promo.
That's right. We got bundles, 6 booster packs in each one. This is the best way to open packs. You just get packs. You don't got to worry about throwing away any coins. If you just want packs, booster bundles are your place to go.
6 packs, Stellar Crown, Surging Sparks, Phantasmal Flames, and Mega Evolution tonight.
That's right.
So you're gonna tins. We have Walking Wake EX tins tonight.
That's right. And we got the Pokemon's collector's chest. They're like tins, but they're actually a lot nicer. They got more stuff in it, but 6 booster packs. Another great place to get packs. But if you want to give this to a kid for Christmas, it's the perfect place to get all sorts of other stuff that they can add to their collection.
And it comes in a little lunchbox that you can use after.
That's right.
Finally, the newest addition to our wall, we have Pokeball tins. They come with 2 sticker sheets and 3 booster packs. Cute little gift to give to somebody, because the kids are going to want to throw these after they open them up.
Oh, yeah, it's a Pokeball. So if you want to clean up a broken Pokeball, it's a perfect gift.
Yep, open the packs, throw the garbage.
Yep.
Moving along, so we are going to talk about tonight just a quick little recap on the big.
That's right. We're going to be talking about the 2 main sets that we got going on: Mega Evolution and Phantasmal Flames. These are the cards that have been pumped up the most from Phantasmal Flames for this week. What are the top 3? Once again this week.
Once again, you have the first one is Mega Charizard EX.
Mega Charizard. What's the next one?
Mega Charizard EX.
Oh, 2 Charizards?
Yeah.
Well, that can't possibly be the number 1, too, could it?
Although I have a surprise for you.
Oh, is it?
Mega Charizard EX, the ultra rare. Following up, then you actually have the most playable card of Dawn coming in at number 4.
Yeah, an actual card that you can play in tournament. Meowth, Mega Lopunny. The Sharpedo is definitely showing up in tournament. decks, and the Rotom number 9 is also shown up there.
Yep.
But the prices have started to get a little bit more flat. We've seen some of these prices on these Charizards come down a little bit. So actually, the when you open a pack, it's not Charizard or bust anymore.
Mhm.
Some of the other cards are actually shooting up a little bit closer to a reasonable price.
But to do a little, we'll kind of reference back to what we were talking about earlier. If you look at these PSA prices, they're incentivized to not give you too many PSA 10s to keep the value of them high.
Of course.
You're talking about the difference between $600 and $3,000. If they grade everything a 10, that's going to crash the market and people are going to be mad at them.
That's true.
So moving along, we also have Mega Evolution.
Not too many changes this week in Mega Evolution. What are our top 3 this week?
Top 3, we have the Hyper Rare Gold Mega Lucario EX is the numero uno still, followed by the Hyper Rare Gold Mega Gardevoir EX, still the number 2. And then we're going to go with the SIR Mega Lucario EX, which the artwork is beautiful. Everybody likes those gold hyper rares, but like the artwork on the SIRs, I think it just far surpasses the look. When you look at the card, you look at the binder, the texture on them. I like the SIRs more than the hyper rares.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these Megas are still in the top 10. Mega Gardevoir, Mega Venusaur, Mega Latias, Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Absol. Now, right now, the prices are where they are, but remember, we're going to be seeing a lot of Megas coming out for a long time, and support cards are probably going to be coming with them. So don't sleep on these cards. They may be pricey now, but who knows where they're going to be in a couple months.
They keep on pumping out more product with Mega in them, which I think is great. I'm actually loving the products that have like Mega and Destined Rivals. Like, give me a little bit of that older stuff in there, but we still need the new stuff, right?
Yeah. Now, we also got Mega Dream. What's the American one? Mega Dream.
Ascended Heroes.
Ascended Heroes coming out. Now, there's going to be a lot of reprints in there, but it's going to be a good place to get your hands on some really cool looking Megas. Once that one comes out in January, you'll see a lot of these cards have really cool artwork on them. I've been looking at the ones that are in Mega Dream with the English attack across it. Yeah. And I think they're doing them. The English version is going to have the Japanese text across it.
That's just a cool way to look at a card. I think they're going to love it. So we got to kind of speed run this tonight's Alakazam.
Answer in the comments this week for a chance to win the cards that come out of our pack battle.
Now, next week, we will not be streaming due to the holiday, so you actually have 2 weeks to enter this one. I'm a little disappointed. You all didn't come in for the last one, so come and get some free Pokemon cards this time. Which of these Pokemon is not a water type? You have Kabutops, Grapploct, and Volcanion.
That's right. One of these is not a water type. Don't get tricked. It might not be the one you think. Now, make sure you have a public profile. You got to be 18 years or older, and you got to make sure that you can get an email from us so that we can announce you as the winner. No purchase necessary. Just enter by putting your comment in our comment on this video.
Yep, comment down below. Get yourself some free packs, which we're going to find out right now in our pack battle.
That's right.
Let's rip them. We got Mega Evolution, both of them.
Your favorite. Which one do you want?
I'll take this one.
All right.
Mega Gardevoir. Let's see if we can get one of those hyper rares to give away.
That's right. While we're opening these, we had one entry last week. So when we announce our winner, it's not going to be a huge surprise to anybody who looks at the comments from last week's video.
So let's go. Execute. Beware. What do we got? Let's go. Hold on, do I see?
Hard to see.
Got a Kyogre.
Mega Signal.
Kyogre and Xerneas are the rares in this pack. Two rares? I think 2 rares.
Ultra Ball. Look at that beautiful Ultra Ball.
I kind of see what's coming.
Woo, look at this guy. If you remember from earlier.
That's a Mega Venusaur.
So,
all you gotta do is comment below, and you're gonna win both of these. Or somebody's gonna win both of these packs.
Now, you don't see it on camera, but the disappointment in this man's face for all the packs that he's opened, and he's never gotten one of these.
Never got a Mega. I haven't opened a Mega. So
and he doesn't get to keep any of them.
I don't get to keep them. I love the texture on these.
Well, guess what? It's going away.
Somebody's gonna get it. Comment down below.
We have last week's winner.
Last week's winner is Silly Goose. You are getting yourself both packs. The Dugong, the Dawn. There were, you're getting too old, but there were plenty of good stuff in there.
That's right. Keep an eye out for our message so that you can actually get these. We do not want to sit on these, otherwise somebody else is going to get them.
So we're going to get ready for the Whatnot. Hop on over.
That's right.
Hop on over to the Whatnot stream.
Just remember, we're going to be having our invite link. When you go to whatnot.com/invite/Bob's Pokemart, you get 15 credit off of your first purchase on Whatnot. You can use it right in our stream. Our wheels starting at $5 for each spin. So that means you get 3 free spins if you sign up using our link.
And you're going to be entered automatically the buyer's giveaway for that Prismatic Evolution SPC, baby. $200 value. Come and get it. Somebody's getting it. I'm giving it away. I don't care if Silly Goose is the only one who comes into the Whatnot stream. Somebody's getting it tonight.
Now remember, we've also got giveaways every 5 minutes. What are we giving away this week?
We're still going to do our EXs every 5 minutes, but we've added into the mix every 5 EXs. We're going to put in English booster packs of Phantasmal Flames.
That's right.
Sleeve boosters. We're giving them away. We're just giving away packs. I don't even want them anymore.
All you got to do is jump in the stream, hang out with us. There's going to be a little button that you just got to press every 5 minutes to enter the giveaway.
It'll be like somewhere over here.
Yep, it's going to be in front of my face. And then if you make one purchase, you're entered for a chance at this beautiful Prismatic Evolution box. Well, look at that Eevee with the Stellar Terra right on her head. Isn't that beautiful?
Come get it. We'll see you over there on Whatnot.
Thanks for joining us.